Today is World Cancer Day, and the Canadian Cancer Society has a message. Cancer doesn't stop being a life-threatening disease just because there's a pandemic. A 4-week delay in cancer treatment increases the risk of death by 10%. Joining us to talk about the effects of COVID-19, what it's had on cancer screenings and care, is Vice President of the Canadian Cancer Society, Stuart Edmonds, and Patient Ambassador Melody Sear. Good to have you both with us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Melody, I'm going to start with you. Spring 2020, you find out you need a biopsy for a nodule on your thyroid, and then the day before that biopsy was supposed to happen, it was canceled because of COVID-19 delays. What went through your mind at that time?
I was just baffled at the thought of being delayed in this case, since I'm a medical physicist myself, and I know a lot about cancer diagnosis, and the spread. And the day before having a biopsy to find out if I have cancer or not, I get a call and they say it's canceled because of COVID-19, and thyroid cancer is not an urgent type of cancer. So that's why it was canceled. And only a year later did I receive that biopsy that I needed.
What was that year like for you, not knowing whether or not it was cancer?
It was very stressful. Thankfully, I had a lot of family and support around me. I did try to stay busy doing the things that I love and doing activities with my family. However, I did go through every day feeling my neck because I was able to touch the bump. And yeah, it was very stressful.
I want to bring Stuart into this discussion. The Canadian Cancer Society found that Ontario, this is just one province, had roughly 40% fewer cancer screenings in 2020. That's compared to the previous year. Give us a sense of what kind of effect that has on patients and on outcomes.
Well, this is deeply concerning to us, and just hearing Melody's story, it's just really concerning. The when we see decreases in screening, it means that what we're going to look at is that we're not diagnosing right now. So we're not having patients going into treatment when they need to go into treatment. And so in future years, we're going to see a huge increase in the number of diagnoses, and diagnoses that are going to be later stage when they're just more difficult to treat. So it's really key that we actually continue with screening programs and try and address the backlog of the delays that we had in screening programs, or the suspensions of screening programs over the last 2 years.
Yeah, and Stuart, we saw this on a smaller scale during SARS, but I mean, we're now heading into our 3rd year of this pandemic. Those numbers that we quoted off the top, a 4-week delay can increase the risk of death by 10%. That adds to a lot of stress for patients. Melody, like you shared your story of having to wait for up to a year for your biopsy, touching that nodule, wondering if it's cancerous. How are you doing now?
They have removed the entire half of my thyroid, and I do have a few nodules on the other side. However, they're not really concerning. Due to the surgery, I do have a little bit of voice effects, so I can't speak for too long. However, I'm doing really well, and I'm doing my PhD in Montreal, so my life is really good.
I'm happy to hear that, and I'm happy to see you smiling. Stuart, in addition to delays in screenings, provinces are also trying to work through what you just touched on, surgical backlogs. Surgeries like removing nodules, like what Melanie was talking about. And part of the goal of World Cancer Day is to push the government to try and make cancer care a priority. We saw this just this week with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris making a similar announcement in the U.S. What can be done here, and how can we do it?
Well, we're continuing to urge governments to keep cancer a priority, and we're hoping that Canadians will join forces with us and really and use the powerful voice of the people of Canada to they can go to cancer.ca World Cancer Day and they can actually write to their MP and stress the importance of prioritizing cancer at this time.
What is the solution to the backlogs and the delays in surgery? Because we are still in the midst of this pandemic. That problem's not going to go away, let alone getting to the backlog. What do you see as a solution, Stuart?
Well, clearly, at this time, the priority is always going to be sorting out the pandemic. But we understand that. But equally, we're going to lose an estimated 85,000 people with cancer this year. So we do need to maintain that the cancer is a priority. Clearly, resources need to be put to this. A really comprehensive recovery plan to address issues of now in terms of surgery delays, but also those future issues that we're going to face with the screening delays when they actually we start seeing the effects of the screening delays we have now. So really, that really comprehensive recovery plan will be key.
Stuart, you've shared some shocking numbers with us in that last one, losing 85,000 people to cancer. And Melody, I just want to close by saying I'm glad you're doing well. Glad to see you smiling, and best of luck on your PhD.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.